It's time, y'all. It is time. We about to get into it. Last week, Keo is definitely 0-1. We're going to get into it this week. The MBS, let's talk about it, sneaker of the week. Keo, are you ready?
Woo! Oh, I've been ready since last week. Let's go.
Okay, so I told Keo I'd give him a couple of, clues. This sneaker, Keo, is legendary. Legendary. I'm going to tell you that off the bat. It's legendary. It's one of the most sought after shoes from the Jordan and Nike brand. It's legendary. My last clue before I get this box is this. How can I word this without giving it to you? This is a pair of shoes that I personally own.
Wow.
And you know I own these shoes. So, do you want to guess or you want to see the box first?
Let me see the box first before I guess.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, hold up. I'm in my nephew's room because I'm visiting them right now, making sure everything's good. They having a cookout. I'm in his room. He got a whole Saints theme going on. Shout out to my nephew Caillou. What up, Caillou? Y'all see the Saints logo in the backdrop. Okay, Keo, here we go. The MBS. Let's talk about it. Sneaker of the week. Uh-oh, Keo. What you guessing? Uh-oh, the OG Nike box with the words on the back that say engineered and built to the exact specifications of championship athletes from around the world. What's the guess?
All right.
Keo?
You said legendary, popular. I think this shoe you've talked about it numerous times. I think it's the 11s. And the 11s, I'm going, this is my most confident, decisive answer. I'm going with the Jordan 11 breads. That's my final answer.
So that is an outstanding guess. And I am happy to say, Keo, you are correct. Ding, 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 ding. This is the 2019 release of the Jordan Playoff or Breads, whatever you want to call it, 11s. So this is the box that it comes in. The old school box, real nice box. This is my actual shoes. I have worn these shoes. They still brand new though, because I don't wear these off because I have a couple of pairs of these. So they've released 1 million times. But this is the sneaker of the week. And I'm gonna give y'all a tidbit before I show y'all these shoes. The reason why, and this could be a trivia question later on down the line, so Keo can actually speak on it. The reason why these two shoes were first and second on this show, Keo, you know why? Why were these two shoes chosen as the first and second shoe on this show?
I'm going to say it was related to the documentary this past week. So did he wear it in that documentary this past weekend?
That is a great guess, but that is not the answer. The answer is very simple. Keo and I have some artwork done for Let's Talk About It. And in the artwork,
Oh
Keo
my
has on the
God!
Concord,
You gotta be kidding me!
and I have on the Breads. Oh!
Oh my God! I
That's
didn't
a
even
fun
think
fact.
about that.
That's a fun fact right there. Keo had on the Concords. If you look at the Let's Talk About It logo, the Let's Talk About It artwork, Keo has on the Concords. I have on the Breads. That's a fun fact for anybody out there that tunes into MBS Central's Let's Talk About It. So if you get us a trivia question later on down the line for a free shirt from MBS or whatever it is that we offer, we might throw in a pair of J's. You never know. Always remember, the first 2 pair of shoes ever introduced as far as the sneaker of the week on this show were the Concord 11s and the Playoff 11s or Breads, however you want to word it. And it's because we had those 2 shoes on in our artwork. So, with that being said, this is actually, the crazy thing is, Keo had on the Concords, which is my favorite shoe ever by Jordan. And I had on the Breads. And Keo said last week on the show, this is his favorite shoe. How ironic is that? So, before I even open the box, I got to say a couple of things. This shoe right here, Michael Jordan wore these on the 72 and 10 team. Arguably the greatest team ever. That. Michael Jordan never wore them in the regular season. This shoe was released to the public on March 22nd, 1996. Jordan wore these shoes all playoffs long. First series versus the Miami Heat. Second series versus who by the way, they swept in the first round. Second round to the New York Knicks, who they beat 4-1, despite being their arch nemesis. Quote unquote arch nemesis, who never beat them. But and then finally, in the revenge series, they swept Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway and Nick Anderson and Dennis Scott in the Eastern Conference Finals. The team that had beaten them the prior year with Jordan wearing the Concords. That's just some fun facts for y'all out there. These shoes right here are those shoes that was on Michael Jordan's feet when he won his 3rd championship. Are we ready to open this box?
Let's go. Let's do it.
I said 3rd. No, it's 4th. I apologize. It's 4th championship. Because, yeah, okay. Was it his 4th? I'm tripping right now. Wait. I'm tripping, y'all. Excuse me. Lakers. Yeah, 4th champion. I was like, I know it's the 4th. Okay, 4th championship. Here we go. So let's get into this box real quick. So I'm going to tell y'all. I wear my shoes, so it's not like I be tripping. I take my stuff out, and I don't even I take my wrap out because I get so excited. And the crazy thing is I actually have these shoes, multiple pairs. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. The Breads. The Bread. This is the Jordan 11 Breads, the 2019 release shoe. As y'all can see, I have worn these. I mean, I don't know if y'all can tell. They are one time, maybe. But, so, a couple of differences from the original Nike Jordan, Air Jordan 96 variation of this shoe. The carbon fiber is normally silver and black. But on the 96 variation, it was white and black like the 2019. So the 2019 variation actually got it closer to the 96 version than the 2012 version. So that's kind of dope. As you can see the carbon fiber, you see the red bottom, man. This is really what makes the shoe pop. I always like the bottom of the shoe. Keo likes this red bottom, I believe, too. Then you got the black traction. Man, this is a beautiful shoe. You got the Jordan logo, the Jumpman logo, I should say, pointing towards your shoestring, so you know that's real right there. This shoe is phenomenal. Kind of like, I don't know if y'all can see it because the light is not great in here, but on the patent leather, on the top part, it got the little white on top of the patent leather, fire. And then these actually sit higher than the 2012 release. Can you see them pretty good?
Yeah, I could see them pretty good.
Okay. Like I said, the lighting's not great, but this is the Jordan 11 breads or playoffs. This right here has it's a little closer together to 2-3 than the 2012 version. It was a little bit more bubbly, but I love this shoe. This is definitely one of my favorite Jordans. I'm trying to think if I'm leaving anything else out about this shoe. The Bulls actually went, if you count playoffs, 87-13 that entire season. In 100 games, they only lost 13 games. Think about that for a second. In 100 games, they lost 13 games and won 87. Mike went, what it was, let me get it, 12, 15-3 in the playoffs wearing these shoes. And the year prior, he lost wearing the Concords and the Space Jams. This is a nice shoe, man. This is nice.
One thing I like about those shoes so much, and I will always remember and cherish it, because when I was able, towards Jordan's last season, when I had the privilege to be able to watch that Bulls championship team in the playoffs when they were at home, the whole team wore those shoes.
Yeah, a lot of them did. Ron Harper was one, definitely, that wore these shoes.
So I was like, damn, those shoes are shiny. I was like, I like those.
Yeah, man. The retail price for these shoes was $125. Now, if you get them from retail, they're $220. But we know if you don't get it in retail, you're gonna spend a lot more for these shoes than that.
At least $300 or more.
Oh yeah, this shoe is very crisp. I also gotta give a shout out again to my main man, Mr. Mike G, Hustleaway Beats. He actually got the shoe for me. Him, my wife, they got together for Christmas and made sure that these was in my collection. They knew I already had a couple of pairs, so they were like, my wife was like, my husband ain't gonna want that. But then they were like, Mike was like, yes, he will, because all the other ones are not as crisp as these will be. So they ended up getting them for me, so shout out to them. This is my actual shoe. I think I wore them one time, maybe twice. I really don't wear them often because, like I said, I have other pairs of these. But definitely one of my favorite shoes. Definitely has to be in your collection. If you're a Jordan fan, if you're a shoe junkie like I am, this is a must-have. I got to give another little tidbit out there to people. I'm the type of guy, I like wearing the shoes that Mike actually wore. I know there's a bunch of Jordans that people say, oh, this shoe is this much, this shoe is that much. I'm not big on all the Jordans. People are big on, I like Kobe's. We're going to see some Kobe's on here. I can promise y'all that. You may see some Kyries. You may see some KDs. Speaking of KD, I was this close. Oh, my God. That's a secret right there. Like I just gave you a hint right there. I was this close to landing one of my all-time favorite shoes yesterday. And, man, you know who you are. You dropped the ball. Man, I can't believe you. But in all honesty, this is one of my favorite shoes. This is definitely top 5 for me. Jordan, any shoe. You put any shoe and say, X, what's your top 5? This will fall in my top 5 along with the Concords. I told y'all, the Concords are my favorite shoe ever, especially when they're clean. But this shoe right here is a beautiful shoe and definitely in my top 5. Definitely something I think that every sneakerhead should have, a pair of breads. It just hit different when you got them on. I can't put them on right now because we're doing this show, but definitely a must cop. Go get these things. I'm trying to think of anything. Nicknames for them. You might hear somebody say the playoffs, like the older heads like myself. If you hear new guys, they'll say breads. Either or, it's the same shoe. If you hear them say playoff 11s, that's these right here, which Mike never wore until the playoffs of 1996. Or you may hear bread because of black and red. So this is the shoe of the week. Next week, we're going to have some more heat for y'all. Listen, I know people like to say, well, what sneaker are you going to get that's brand new? You never know. But I want to start with the two shoes that we have artwork on. A couple of shoes that I want to shout out real quick before we get off of this subject. The AJ1 Mindfulness, the Luka Doncic shoes just came out. Another shoe. I slipped up this close, and I don't know what happened. So Jordan Brand, reach out to your boy. We got to get those popping. The Jordan 5s just came out, Silver Tongues. I have a lot of 5s, so really wasn't worried about getting those. Like I said, I like the original OG 5s, so I like those better. That's just me, the Fire Red 5s. So everybody likes what they like. I like the shoes that Jordan actually wore more so than the ones that are just coming out, just different variations of the colorways. So that's just me. But to everybody out there, man, this has been True X the Sports Junkie with your sneaker of the week. Keo, where you ranking these? Well, what you giving? What rating?
A 10. I'll give them a 5. Because those are my favorite.
Go ahead.
Those are definitely my favorites. So I definitely would cop those any day of the week. So they get a 5 from me.
So Tinker Hatfield hit a home run with these.
Yes.
He's the designer of the shoe. Lastly, would you pay $220 for these shoes?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what's the most you would pay for these shoes?
You
don't want to say it on here?
No. So just to let everybody know, I had no idea he was gonna reveal this shoe. I was trying to get him to tell me what shoe he was gonna release, and he didn't want to tell me. And and that's the same thing for you guys that's viewing it right now, or the ones that's gonna view it later. I have no idea what shoe he's gonna show next week or the following week. I ask him all the time, and he doesn't want to tell me. And I like this, man. So I got it right this week tonight, and maybe I'll get it right again. Woo.
So you 1-1 right now. Next week ain't gonna be so easy. This week was a little easier. I don't tell him. My wife even asked me which shoes I'm gonna show. I said I can't tell you, love. You just got to tune in and check it out. So it's not like any other review that you get from anybody else. I know that you go on YouTube and you get the sneaker reviews, and they talk a lot about the materials. And I can talk a little bit about the materials, but I want to give you the history of the shoe. And I'm not just going to do reviews on shoes that just come out. I'm going to do reviews on shoes that maybe been out and give you a history lesson on them. So that was the sneaker of the week.